feel like I always have to do this. Mm, mm, mm. I need a hair and makeup person at some point where, like, each time I go live, hello, everyone. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm talking to myself. Welcome to Untangled. We are on episode, are we in 99? We're on episode 99. So happy to be here with you guys today. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Untangled. This is a series that we do every Tuesday at 9 a.m., where we talk about the evolution in human consciousness, what we're navigating, what we're going through, what it feels like, what we don't like, and really trying to peel back the remembrances of how to do this, because we all came here on the planet to do this. And it shows up in different ways for all of us, but let's talk about it. Let's get into the nitty gritty, the messy, the crunchy, the I don't like, am I crazy? Why is this happening to me again? Let's dive into really the juiciness of this miraculous evolutionary shift in human consciousness. That is why you are all here. Um, so bravo for incarnating at this time, no matter how difficult and challenging it may be for you. Good job. Good job. Okay. There is absolutely no housekeeping stuff, nothing I want to share with you guys today other than Align 8.0 is miraculously incredible. If you are not in Align 8.0, we are starting day 7 today of 21 days, and I highly encourage you to join us. I will leave the link down below in the description box if you're watching this in the replay, and join us. You have access to all the replay classes that we've already done. I am jumping off a little bit early so that I can get to the Align class that starts at 10 a.m. California time. All right. How is everybody doing today? Hello, Thailand. I did my Bikram yoga teacher training in Thailand. Hi, Columbus, Ohio. It's so good to see you here. Hi, Portugal, somewhere I absolutely need to be. I've never been to Portugal. I don't even really know. There's so much that happened this past week. I'm trying to figure out how much I want to share with you guys and how much is kind of personal and I want to keep to myself. I'll start with I'll start with the fast that I did and kind of what happened. Because there were quite this- where do I start? Okay. Some of you know, if you're in my community, I started getting this hit from Jesus and from just guidance, from my own inner guidance, that I needed to start doing a water fast. Now, I do not do fasts. I don't follow the whole health community. I don't follow any of that stuff. I eat whatever I want, whenever I want to eat it, but I'm not unhealthy. I'm pretty healthy. But I don't do fasts. It's just not what I do. I've never done a juice fast. Once I did it and it was horrible. I couldn't last more than a day. It's just not my thing. And so when I started to get this guidance of it's time to do a water fast, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not happening. And they were like, no, the guidance was like, you need to do a water fast. And I was like, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. And so the first time I tried it was a couple weeks ago and I lasted 2 days and it was brutal. Brutal. And I didn't set up like a prayer area. I didn't really hold a strong intention. I really went into it just like, am I going to be able to do this? What's this going to be like? Maybe this is cleansing my body, clearing out my body, whatever. And then it was like, I heard another message from Jesus and another message from my soul that said, do it again. And I was like, okay. So I went in this time for the water fast and I made a real deep prayer And I set some very, very deep intentions in terms of what I wanted from this fast. I cleared out the art that was on my wall and I put up big white pieces of construction paper. And I went into the fast as a deep, deep prayer. And my prayer for this water fast was to get into an even deeper alignment with God in body and to step deeper into the service of who and what I'm here to be on this planet and recognizing or embracing the role, whatever the role is, embracing it. Martin, my friend, thank you for that super chat. My number one fan, I love you. Um, Not a fan, number one community member, number one family member, whatever. You know what I mean? Anywho, so I put up this construction paper. There's like 10 of them on my wall, took my art down, and I went in. And because I had the prayer set, the intention set, I knew why I was doing this. I wasn't doing it to cleanse my body. I wasn't doing it to get rid of parasites or to get rid of dis-ease or none of that. I was doing it to use my body as the vessel of God and I was committing deeper to God, whatever you think God is, whether you think it's source, light, consciousness, awareness, oneness. I mean, we all get lost in the labels and then we want to fight and argue about the labels. It doesn't really matter. It all comes down to the same expression. That's what's so silly about all of this. Anyhow, it's a whole nother story. Um, and so many of you know that that I battle with um, real deep insecurity around my work, and I have for about 4 years. About 4 years, I've been battling with real deep insecurity, stepping into my work, stepping into what I'm here to do, owning it, taking like just standing in it, standing in who I am, standing in who you are, owning it, being it, sharing it, gifting it, just the expression of you and how it wants to show up. It's not easy. It's really not easy when you start realizing that there's an expression within you, a vibrational essence, your soul, your gift that wants to show up, that wants to be in the world. It wants to go and live and express and engage and really take up space. And so, anywho, long story short, I lasted 3 days this time, very proud of myself, um, and I had a really miraculous last day. I don't even have words for it, but it was a quantum miraculous shift that I wasn't expecting, that I didn't know would happen or would come, and the only way that I can describe it is that things in my life had to completely be cleared. So there were certain things in my life that still hadn't been cleared that were cleared that day. And um, there was a very clear and deep embodiment of who I am that came out of nowhere. And it because I so the way I see the water fast is for me is that I'm letting go of all external desire in a way. It's like I'm handing everything over, and I'm letting go of all the things that I think I want or all the things I think I need. Um, I'm letting go of myself being in charge. So instead of my free will trying to do everything, I'm allowing this divine will to take over and to show me. And when we do that, what I've experienced this past weekend with this fast was that when I let go of everything in terms of, like, when you fast and you're just drinking water and you're deeply in prayer around it, um, there's this feeling that you are letting go of all kind of possession. You're letting go of everything, um, and I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain, but there are miracles that can happen. Anywho, so this happened, let's see, Sunday was my 3rd day, and, I feel very different. I feel free because, again, something in my life that was with me for the last 4 years, it was so weird the way it showed up and the way it ended yet on Sunday, but this thing just ended in my life, completely ended. The door was shut on this one thing, and, um, and it freed me, and it I feel like I'm back to myself in a way that I haven't in 4 years. And I feel like, um, I have a deeper clarity. Hi, Lisa. I have a deeper clarity around, um, just service, showing up in the world, and how I wanna show up in the world. And I don't have it's hard for me to describe what happened. I'm sharing it with you all because there is something very profound around this idea of fasting when it comes to prayer. Not fasting because you wanna cleanse your body or you want see, that's all like a it's beautiful because fasting literally fast on water, you're gonna get rid of a lot of that stuff, but to me, that's still the ego wanting to kind of control how like, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I guess you could still say that me wanting to even let go of the ego and hand my body over to this deep prayer where my body becomes the vessel of God, and my body becomes the vessel of faith. My body becomes the vessel of um, service. And it's a very different experience when it's not about you controlling it or you cleansing the body or you healing certain things. It's very different when it becomes godly. And, you know, I'm going to do another one on Monday. And yeah, I'll just keep you guys up to date on the experiences that I have and what it's like. And, um, I don't know why I'm being called to do these. They're just, they're just the guidance that I'm getting right now. And so I'm doing it. I'm following it. I tend to just follow what is shown to me and what I'm guided to do, and then I look back and I say, "Oh my god, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening and this is happening." And wow, it's so incredible. You just kind of watch how the dominoes fall and how everything just is created in each now moment that life just creates from the now. And if you're a participant in it and you follow that guidance, whatever it is, inside or external guidance, right? But external guidance that is pure. um, It's quite fascinating what happens. Life is always here to gift us, no matter how horrific and horrible and intense and dark and messy it may be for you. Um, Life is always gifting us um, every day. And it's just a matter of how you're participating in life. The lens that you're using to see life, the lens you're using to see you. Are you always seeing yourself as a mess up? You're always messing up. You're always making mistakes. You're not doing it right. You missed out. Well, you should have done it better. You should have done it like this, or you should have done it like that. Are you always comparing yourself to other people? That kind of stuff, right? That's a lens that you use. You just want to be aware of that lens because that dictates the reality, the truth of how you see your life in that moment, which is only true because you're believing that lens. And so the first thing we have to do is just become aware, more and more aware of the lens that we use to see ourselves and the lens that we use to see the world. So if we look out at the world and we're like, people are unconscious and this people aren't being nice anymore and there's so much darkness in the world and you know we're all going to hell in a handbasket or however you want to see it, right? That's the lens you're using. And it's only true because it's the lens that you're choosing to see the world from. Now there's another lens you could use where you're like, wow, this is incredible, this is absolutely incredible, holy cow. Like we are shifting and transforming and people are learning how to express emotion or not express emotion because the emotion keeps building up and they don't know how to express it, right? And wow, there's so much change happening and holy Moses, like, right? You could use that lens. You could use the lens of the combination, kind of like the chocolate vanilla swirl ice cream, right? Where it's like, wow, there is some dark stuff happening on this planet. And holy cow, there is some miraculous, beautiful, holy Moses experiences at the same time. It's all a lens, it's all a choice. How you see the world is your choice. How you see you in the world is your choice. Nobody is telling you how to see it. And there is no absolute truth in how you see yourself or how you see the world. There is no absolute other than the fact that it is an energetic world being experienced through a physicality right now. That's the truth. And that we are all one. That is the foundational truth of everything is that this is all energy in a very dense physical reality and we're all one. Now, you're playing in a very dense physical world where there's duality and polarity in a moment where the planet and humanity is shifting into higher frequencies or evolving. So it's a very, very chaotic time on the planet. Also, one of the most miraculous moments on the planet. And what you're going to start to recognize more and more is that this is all based on choice. It's all based on choice. Um, and what's really interesting around choice is that all the different emotions that you have, right, which is just energy moving through the body, all the different emotions that you have are going to help create the lens so that you see the world or that you see yourself. So for instance, let's say that you wake up and you're in a really bad mood, you got a phone call or you got in a fight or you just found out you lost your job. That's going to impact the lens you use for that day or the next day or the next day, right? It's going to impact it. You may look out into the world for the following day or 2 days or 3 weeks or a couple months and just say, sucks being here. I don't like it. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I wasn't having to go through this, whatever. The key is that you're recognizing that there is a lens that you are choosing to use to see the world or to see yourself. And that lens is based on what happened. That's clarity. That's awareness, right? So you're starting to pinpoint, wow, okay, so I lost my job. And now all of a sudden, the lens that I'm using to see everything is that the world sucks. Or you may use the lens of like, wow, this is so awesome. This is so exciting. What's going to come next? What am I going to be shown? What am I going to see? Like what new job am I going to have, right? You may use that lens. The key is what lens are you using? What lens do you use to see your world? What lens do you use to see you and why? You see, we just walk around in this world very unconscious to the lenses that we're using to see ourselves and to see others. It's a lens. You're literally like, I'm going to now put this lens on. I'm going to put this lens on. I'm going to put this lens on. I'm going to put this lens on. It's not. It's consciousness. It's awareness that you have to notice. Nothing is happening on accident. Nothing is happening um, without your consent in some way, shape, or form. Now we are massively mind controlled. We are manipulated and mind controlled on a level that would blow your mind, literally. And so you don't realize that you have a choice as to what lens you're going to use to see yourself and to see the world. You don't realize that you have a choice as to whether you want to believe if these stories are true or not. A lot of us woke up 4 years ago to mass mind control from news media, right? What a great gift that was. Because now we're starting to realize wait, I have a choice as to whether I'm going to believe the news. Whereas before, people just believed the news. Why? Because we were programmed, we were mind controlled to believe that if it comes from the news, it must be true. And so a large majority of humanity was able to start to recognize, wow, I have a choice as to whether I'm going to believe that now. We always had a choice. We just didn't realize we did because we were mind controlled into believing something without even realizing that we were mind controlled into believing it. And so you don't even question it. And this type of mind control is happening to you even right now. There is a massive amount of mind control that is controlling your world and controlling the lenses that you use. So just because you think that you have freed yourself and you realize, oh, I'm no longer watching the media and the news, I'm free. No, you're not. Pay attention to whatever communities you're in. Pay attention to whatever family systems you're in. Pay attention to whatever relationship systems you're in, whatever friendship systems you're in, meaning where you spend your time. Pay attention to whether you are consciously choosing how to be in that, consciously choosing your truth in that, or if you are just following what is being told to you or given to you, even in those systems, meaning your family, your friends, relationships, other communities, awakened communities, spiritual communities, health communities. Mind control is everywhere. That's how this whole planet works. What do you think marketing is? The way you sell things, it's mind control. We don't like to talk about that, but it is mind control. Everything is about controlling the mind. And so the more that you can become aware of the lens you're using and why you're using that lens. Oh, I'm using this lens right now to see the world, which would be I'm angry and I'm upset and I just want to go back to sleep. I don't even want to be here today. Well, what created that lens? Why is that the lens I put on? I didn't put this lens on today. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Okay, well, you did. You don't remember because it wasn't conscious, but you put that lens on. So what happened right before you put that lens on? Oh, dot, dot, dot. Right. So there isn't a judgment around this. It's just awareness of, oh, I got an email from my boss and they were telling me that I wasn't doing a good enough job and dot dot whatever that said, and it spiraled me into thinking that I'm not good enough, that I always give way too much and I'm never given back what I give. I'm always taken advantage of. I'm a people pleaser. Like all this shit comes up, right? Here it comes. Here it comes. Wow. And then you just get dong. You just sink in because you're like, oh my God, I don't want to look at this anymore. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to, right? You just go through these ups and downs. But it's happening. It's going to continue to happen because it is you breaking out of deep programming, deep mind control. And so the more that you are conscious and aware and have clarity around it all, as difficult as that may be, the more you will be able to start to free yourself. So that when you are in it, the freedom comes from the clarity of it, right? And when you have more clarity around, wow, I'm choosing this lens. What lens is this? Without the judgment around it, just curiosity. Wow, this lens is coming in right now because of what I experienced a day ago or 2 days ago or 3 hours ago. And what you'll notice is that your lens may change throughout the day. Right? All of a sudden, somebody does something really great, and you're just like, "Oh, the world's a pretty good place." Or somebody does something nice to you, or you receive flowers or something, you're like, "Ah, okay, interesting." And so you want to be conscious of these lenses that we are using throughout your day and weeks and months. What caused this lens to come on? I'm putting my green glasses on. Well, why? The green glasses make you look at everything in a negative way. Totally okay, right? Because it's all allowed to be here right now. Everything gets to be here because it's here. It's just, are you conscious of it being here? Or is it just here and you're a victim to it? Or, oh my God, I need to fix myself. I need to heal. If I was healed, if I had no more trauma, if I was a better person, these green glasses wouldn't be here. Maybe, or what if not? What if the green glasses get put on and you look out at the world and you're annoyed and angry with it after you've done massive amounts of trauma work? Do you still need to keep doing all this work? Or is it just simply an awareness of, put on the green glasses? That's interesting. Next. This isn't about doing it right. This isn't about, oh, I should always have the rose colored glasses on. No, you're going to have all different types of lenses that you're going to be seeing the world throughout your day and week and months and years. It's about just recognizing it. That's the freedom, is that you're aware. We go about our day so unconscious, thinking that we're conscious. That's what's so scary about it all. We're actually extremely unconscious because we don't even realize the lens that we're using to see ourselves or the world. The way you think about yourself, if you think about yourself like, I'm not good enough, or, I'm never going to be able to do what I want to do, or whatever these thoughts are that you have, I'm going to be depressed, I'm going to be alone. Those are just thoughts that come, and you don't even question them. You don't even question them. That's how programmed we are. We just hear it. We say, yep, that's true. No, it's not. It's actually not true. It's 100% not true. The only reason that we believe it to be true is because, one, we're not questioning it. Two, we're not even acknowledging that it's just simply a thought. And three, we've heard it for so long that it just becomes something we wear every day, like our hair. We're not even aware. It just is. How often do you actually say to yourself, is that actually true? You do the Byron Katie 4 questions. Is that actually true? What if it wasn't true? And it starts to open you. It starts to it starts to free you. What's so interesting about this evolution that we're in right now is it's these tiny little baby steps that we're taking, right? So it's not like these massive aha moments, although I did have a massive quantum miraculous moment on Sunday. But most of the time, it's these little tiny baby steps all day long of the courage it takes for you to just show up in life, right? It's a long, long marathon. It's a 200-mile marathon basically run, more than that really. And it's happening in every moment of every day. And so sometimes we have this idea of like, oh, it needs to just be good. Everything needs to just be okay. I need to be happy. I need to have everything together. I want to be whatever it is that we are seeing in terms of how life should be. If you think of it in this big picture, it's like we've got a long walk ahead of us, right? A long run. And it can be very overwhelming, especially with all the information that we are being given throughout our days. I mean, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, take this, don't take that, read this, don't read that. This is psyop, this is fake, this is a clone, it's like, this is AI. It's like, I can't, like, I need all of this to just go away, literally. It's too much to take in. So you've got all this external information coming in that you're trying to filter that really at the end of the day makes no difference whatsoever. Because really it's in the present moment, it's in the right here, right now. It's in the what's arising right now. What are you feeling right now? What are you thinking right now? What are you choosing right now? What's happening right now? And then right now, and then right now, and then right now. And that is how you proceed through this experience that you're in that we call evolution, um, with more ease, with more clarity, with more awareness, with more power, with more sovereignty, with more empowerment, with more connection, with more alignment. It's only in the right here. It's only in the now, over and over and over. And so it's these tiny baby steps of the right here, right now. Oh, I'm now feeling angry. Oh, look at what I did. I went out and projected my anger into somebody. Oh, look now what I'm doing. I'm still angry at the supermarket. Oh, now I just yelled at my brother on the phone or my sibling on the phone. Whatever it may be, then you notice the next moment you're relaxing, you're breathing. Now you're judging yourself for the fact that you just got angry and did all these things. Now you're going home because you're hungry and you're going to make dinner. Now you're doing every moment is like, am I aware of what's happening? Am I aware of what's right now? Am I aware of what's right now? How often am I constantly thinking about something else instead of what I'm experiencing right now? And then right now, where am I? What am I sitting on? You know, what is happening? The more that we can do that, one, you're going to recognize that you just can't have a lot of external stimuli. It's too much. It's too much. So you start quieting the external world. Right? You start having a lot more compassion for yourself. Right? Why? Because you're starting to listen to everything that you have been unconscious to. You're like, holy shit, Lori, you have a lot of thoughts. I know. You're badass for just recognizing the thoughts. Man, your emotions go all over the place throughout the day. I know. Good job. The more conscious you become by becoming more aware of what's happening right here, right now within you, the more compassion you have for yourself because you're actually watching yourself go through whatever it is you're going through. You're not it. You're not the one you're not the one experiencing it. You're watching the one you think you are experiencing it. And that's where a massive amount of compassion starts to come from. You start watching yourself as the character. You're like, "Oh my god. Good job. Good job getting out of bed today." Instead of, "I'm depressed. I'm horrible. I'm not a good person. I'm gonna." It's not you. I just got really mad at somebody and I really shouldn't have done that. And I need to be able to express my anger better and blah, blah, blah. It's not you. It's you, the character. But the you that you are is watching you, the character. And it's like, huh, interesting what you did. Makes sense. What are you going to do next time? You know, there's a separation between who you actually are, which is this essence, this soul, this spirit, this awareness, this consciousness that's participating and playing in the game, and the character that plays out everything that you think you actually are. You actually think you're the thoughts and the behaviors and the actions and the body and the mind and the emotions. You do. We all do. We're caught in the illusion that we're this character. And as this character is playing out, there is also this soul, this expression of God or whatever you want to call it, that's alive and vibrant in your body right now. It is what dropped into your physical form to express and experience this human life. It's the only thing that's actually alive and real as you. And it's choosing to play the character called Lori or Ted or Truth Seer or Susie, Katie, right? Ted. So it's a it's a game. It's the play. And every moment you're becoming aware of that through the awareness of what's right here right now. And then what's right here right now over and over and over again. It's um it's really wild. It's really really wild. Oh man, we live in a world right now that is just so loud. How are you guys doing it? I just can't, it's just too much for me. I get on and I post my little thing and I pop out. I get on to Facebook and Instagram, post my little things and off I go. Um it's really really tough right now for a lot of us. Um what else? Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to get going in about 5 minutes cuz I have to get into my Align class. Um anyway, what a ride we are on. Your evolution in consciousness. No choice, you gotta do it. How do you get your subconscious thoughts to become louder? You stay present. So, when you're going about your day, sweet fairy fish, sweet fairyish, um, when you're going about your day, you wanna just bring awareness to the present moment, to the right here, right now, which means, um, asking yourself, "What am I thinking right now? What am I feeling? What am I doing right now? What am I sitting on? Where am I going? What's happening right now? What's happening right now? What's happening right now?" You see, what happens is that we get into this really interesting kind of zombie, it's so weird. Get conscious of this, start watching this. We get into this like unconscious, subconscious, zombie like state throughout our day. And we're in thought, but we're in thought without realizing we're in thought. It's nuts. And so we're not even aware that we're in our mind thinking about all these things. And so you have to pull yourself out of that like kind of zombie state of just like in your thought, in your, because we're so used to being in the thought that it's an unconscious experience. We're just always unconsciously in thought. And so you have to start to bring awareness to the thought, to thought, to thought, to thought. You know, one of the greatest things Eckhart Tolle said, I think, is that as you start to become aware, you practice awareness, your thoughts get so loud. They don't get quieter. This idea of quieting your mind is a disservice, in my opinion. You need to first be with all the thought. And so it has to get super loud. Our thoughts are controlling us all day long. We don't need to quiet the mind. We need to be aware of the mind. So, can you get louder, please? And the way you need it to get louder is you need to listen. You need to listen. And so, a lot of people don't like meditating because the gift of meditation, the gift of the Align class, is that you're sitting and you're like, holy cow, I have so much thought. Wow, this is uncomfortable. Yes, it is. It's too much. It's not. Keep going. I can't listen to these thoughts, but they're in your head. So they're unconsciously playing in the background, creating your reality and your behavioral patterns. So you need to listen to them. No, I don't want to. It makes me sad. It makes me, thank you, butterfly. It makes me anxious. Yes, it does, but it's still playing. It doesn't go anywhere. You understand? The hardest part of awakening is that you actually have to get present and clear with what has been running in the background, playing out the reality of your life and all of your behaviors. So start to be aware of everything you're thinking, my friend, everything. And just have the courage to keep putting the light on the thought. What else am I thinking? What else am I thinking? And let it come and go throughout your day. Again, these are baby steps. It doesn't just happen overnight like boom, it's a process. It's a journey. But you want to bring light to the thought. You want to turn up the volume of thought. You want to allow all of the thought. The fastest way to get comfortable with all the different thoughts and eventually they quiet is when you're no longer you're no longer trying to get rid of thought. It can all be here. What else do you want to say to me? What other thoughts? I'm not afraid. Keep going. What else? Keep going. And then what ends up happening is that when you sit and all the different thoughts come up, you're like, "Oh, that's interesting. Next." There's an expectation of just that's thought. Who cares? Welcome to the human experience. And then thought quiets. Thought doesn't quiet because you're trying to control thought to quiet. You can't control thoughts. You can't. Now, you can control what thoughts you choose as your reality, but thoughts come and go. In fact, do this exercise and tell me if you can control thoughts. Close your eyes for 10 minutes, set your alarm, and think of thoughts. Try it. You will not be able to do it. In fact, sit for 10 minutes and just be aware of all the different thoughts and see what happens. Or join the Align class and do it with us. It's crazy what happens when you are no longer trying to quiet your thoughts. You just sit and allow the thoughts, and all of a sudden there's no thoughts. You're like, wait, where did the thoughts go? Come, I'm ready for you. You're like, nothing's popping in. You can't grab a thought. You can't create a thought. It's wild. Thought just comes. It's like, oh, there's a thought. Where'd that come from? No idea. Huh, it's weird. And then you start realizing how thoughts are spontaneous, how thoughts come and go. Thoughts are created from external experiences based on your past experiences and what you've done in the past and what people have told you about these experiences. They're good, they're bad, they're right, they're wrong. It means this, it means that. And you have all these different labels around it, which is the thoughts. That's the beliefs, right? But the more that you can get conscious of these thoughts and be in awe of like, whoa, that thought I believe. Well, isn't that interesting? So and so over here doesn't believe that thought. That's weird, right? Jane over here believes thought A. Lori does not believe thought A. So which one is true? Is thought A true or is thought A not true? Both. Thoughts are just thoughts. They just translate the energetic world into the physical. All right, you guys, I gotta go. How to serve when there is no life energy left. Chronic pain, no sleep. Girl, Irene, I take my hat off to you because when I am sick, when I am in pain, I can't show up. I mean, it's very difficult for me to show up. And so there is a deep compassion um, that I hold for myself in that moment, and there's a deep compassion that I hold for others in that moment that are experiencing this. Um, and I don't know what you can do for yourself in terms of feeling of service when you're going through that kind of pain. Um, but, you know, pray on it. Ask, ask to be shown, ask to be shown how you can be of service when you are so tired or if that's what you want. So you also need to get real clear on what you actually want. And the other thing is, yeah, like what do you really want? What do you want? What do you want to feel? By the way, I did an amazing, amazing free meditation for my Divine Downloads newsletter. If you're not on the newsletter, please get on this newsletter because first of all, there's a free meditation every week. But this one that I did this week, the meditation I did this week for this Sunday is really good. Really good. I love it. I thought it was freaking brilliant. So definitely go check it out. Um, oh, she meant survive. Well, you are surviving because you're here. You are surviving because you're here, my friend. I think that we underestimate the power of prayer. I think because we think it's some sort of religious context. And I don't think we understand yet, or a lot of us understand it, but the power of prayer is really miraculous. And the creative ability that you have in terms of understanding that this is an energetic world, and so energy is felt, and so the way you create is through felt sense, not visualization. Felt sense first. And so how do you want to feel, and what does it feel like? So you can say, I want to feel happy. But you're actually not feeling that feeling sense, right? You're just saying, I want to feel happy. What does happy feel like? I want to feel healthy. Great. What does healthy feel like? I want to feel joy. What does joy feel like? Well, it feels free. Okay. How else does it feel? It feels open. Okay. Can you feel that in your body? What does happy feel like? Well, happy feels easy. It feels light. Okay. You see, when you just say, I want to feel abundant, I want to feel loved, I want to feel seen, it's very surface level. You're actually not feeling it. You're just stating something. That's not how the universe works. That's not how creation works. Creation works through feeling state because everything's energy. That's the fastest way to creation. You want to create something in your life? Feel it. And don't create this big story around it. Oh, I'm going to be living in this big house and I'm going to have $6 million and I'm going to have a partner that looks like this and I'm going to be doing this, and that's all the details that need to go away. Dissolve the background. Okay, so let's say you want to feel healthy, right? And then there's these techniques that people talk about of like, okay, visualize yourself healthy, right? I say ixnay on all the visualization of it and just go straight to the core of what does that feel like? Because God, universe, and oneness, source, whatever you want to call it, only works with energy. It doesn't understand all the other stuff you're talking about, right? And so if you want the highest expression of what's available for you, you want to go straight to the energy. Now, there are tons of manifestation techniques that work. And so people have been able to hack these. But it's ego based, which means that it's going to keep people in a loop of the egoic desire and the illusion that these things are going to make me feel happy. They're going to make me feel safe. They're going to make me blah blah blah. So if you create and intend and manifest from specific things that you want, okay? Those things may come, but your this is your will, free will, right? So you're like, these are the things that are going to make me happy. These are the things that are make me feel safe. These are the things that are going to make me feel loved. So this is what I want to create. And then you just keep creating these things. And it's this false sense of what you're actually searching for, which is that feeling state. And so what happens is you keep trying to manifest different things to satiate that actual feeling state. So if you let go of the physical things that you think you need in order to receive that feeling and just go straight to the feeling state, you are going to be wowed by what drops into your world. It will not be what you created on your vision board necessarily. It will be 10 times better. It will be 1,000 times better. You have no idea. Divine will works through you when you let go of free will. Free will is your will, control. It looks like this, and it looks like this, and it looks like this. Divine will is God's will or source's will, your soul's will, which knows what is for your highest good, what is going to wow you. Like, let go. I have so much more to show you. So if you can let go of all of the spectacular, you know, the all the different things that you've put on the stage, right? You've made this beautiful stage, and it looks like this, and it looks like that, and I have this, and I have that, and all of this is, if you let go of all of that, you just make it a white screen, and all you're focused on is the feeling state of how you want to feel in the world, and you just focus on that. Miracles. You'll be wowed. But it's not easy. That's why manifesting other things that are physical in nature is much easier. But you're not getting to the highest expression of what's going to actually free you. It's what's going to put you into your highest aligned state. It's going to put you into the highest service for this world. Your service in this world is not about how much money you can make and how great of a house you can have and that you can live wherever you want and you get to travel all the time and you have an amazing relationship. Your service is about connecting as deep as you can into the soul that you are and letting life gift you with everything that you need in order to feel safe enough to be soul in body so that you can show up and serve in whatever unique, big or small way, it's all big, that you're designed to serve in this world. And so the more that you can get into that alignment and you can say, you know what, I showed up here on this planet, I showed up in a physical body, and I'd like to feel these states of consciousness that are available. And you focus on the actual states of feeling, states of being, instead of the idea of what you want it to look like and what you need and blah, 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 you'll be happier than you've ever been. You'll have more than you ever thought you could have. You'll feel God in your heart in a way that you never have. So how do you want to feel? What is it? What's the word you would use? What does it feel like? Start feeling it. Bullseye into it, right? Imagine you're like the lion or the lioness, and it's just focused on that feeling state. All right, you guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. I got to go get ready for Align 8.0, which is in 5 minutes. If you want to join us, I'll leave the link down below. Join us. We're on day 7. We have 14 more days to go, I think. Yeah, or 13 more days to go. 14 more days to go. So join us. Lots of love, you guys. Thanks for being here. See you next Tuesday for episode 100. Yay!